And good morning and welcome. My name is Jane. So this is Yoga with Jane, and it's in thanks to AARP Virgin Islands and Breathe St. Thomas, beautiful yoga studio that we hope will be back one of these fine days. And we're so grateful to both AARP and Breathe that we're able to bring these virtual yoga classes to you each week. So as always, we always request that you check with your healthcare provider if you are beginning a physical regimen of any kind, just to make sure that you are safe and that it's an appropriate practice for you to try. This today is what I would call gentle yoga, right? Gentle is a subjective word. What's gentle for me may not be gentle for you, and vice versa. So the suggestion is to use whatever tools or props you might have in your home or wherever you're practicing to kind of bring the earth up to meet you wherever you are. And that doesn't mean where you were yesterday. It means where are you now in this moment today. So these are two blocks of mine, and as you can see, written on them is the word love. And that's because I love to utilize props. And they suggest that I'm being loving kindness to my body, which is a beautiful thing to be. Perhaps one of the most beautiful things to be, perhaps the only thing to be. So it helps me on my journey of reminding myself not to critique and not to judge, right? As I utilize things around me that help bring the earth to where I am so that I'm not in so much struggle, right? So if you've got little cushions or pillows, and this is a fabulous thing too, this is my bolster. And yeah, there are straps, there are a sarong, a belt, a long towel that you could roll up to, which would also work just as well. Stacks of books, maybe with a little towel on top of it, could be a brick or a block. Okay, so just think what you might like. Most importantly, to begin with, it would be blocks or bricks or a stack of books and a pillow on the top or a cushion so you can find a comfortable seat. The first position is Sukhasana, which means easy pose. So let's make it easy, right? If the hips are tight, if the inner groin muscles are tight, it's not going to be easy to sit in easy pose. So we invite some help, okay? All right. And so we begin in whatever our version of Sukhasana is. Maybe you're sitting on a chair, right? That's perfectly great too. A lot of this class can be done right from a chair, okay? If this is not comfy for you, maybe you want to put the feet out. Maybe you want to lengthen the legs. Find your way, taking care of you and your body. All right. So we just want to close the eyes here, you guys, and we want to kind of get rid of the noise, or at least not pay attention to the noise. And the noise can be the internal noise, the noise of the chattering mind. We call it the monkey mind. That one that never stops talking and judging and critiquing and going off on a story. We want to quiet that mind. We want to become very aware, proprioception of where we are in space and time, right? So if we can feel space around the body before we get to a wall or we get to a tree or wherever you find yourself, can you feel where you are situated in that space around you? And then we want to notice outside external noise. What can we hear in the space where we are in today? If you're outside, as I am on my deck, I've got ocean, rustling leaves, birds. And then notice what you can as a feeling on your skin. Maybe you can really get super quiet so you can focus on this and you can feel what it is to feel your clothing on your skin, first of all. It takes concentration. And then perhaps the coolness or the warmth that you feel on your skin. And then begin to notice all the parts of your body that are seated, that are sitting on something. Can you feel that? Can you feel that sense of being connected to something foundational, something solid, like a chair, like a bolster, like a floor? Can you keep the eyes closed and can you draw your attention to that? What is holding me here? What am I rooted to, grounded to? And then perhaps we can draw our attention just to the rest of our body and notice how it's feeling this morning. You know, like how's the neck? For me, the neck often an issue, right? A place, interestingly, where we hold so much tension, right? And as our phones, our devices, our computers, so many of us are like this these days. Imagine what that does to the neck, right? So how are we feeling in the body? How about the shoulders, the chest, the belly, perhaps the back, the knees, the hips? How do we feel? What can we sense in the tissues, in the joints, ligaments, fascia, connective tissues? And then just begin to focus on your breath, one breath at a time. Ideally, in through the nose, out through the nose. It's just your natural breath. If you're feeling anxious, a little uptight, take a longer exhale than you do an inhale, right? And maybe even open the mouth on the exhale, sighing it out. And then let's bring the hands together in front of the heart, or you can rest them here on the legs, whatever feels comfy. Putting a little pressure from the base of the palms into each other, feeling the back of your thumbs against the sternum. Sitting as tall as you're able. Inhale for Om. And open the eyes. All right, cool. Go at your own pace. Be kind, be gentle, use props, modify as feels good for you. If it's too slow and you want to throw in some nice arm balances and a bunch of inversions, do it. Enjoy your practice, and I hope it's of benefit to you this morning. So, thanks, AARP and Breathe. So happy to be here. And let's begin with some warm-ups. Firstly, let's rub our hands together, creating some build up some heat in the hands. Placing the hands over the heart, close the eyes. Just breathe into that warmth. And then draw the hands over the eyes, letting the fingers race up into the hairline. Let your eyes bathe in the warmth and the darkness. And lastly, just gently draw the fingers across the eyelids from the nose going out to the side to the outer edges of the eyes. And release the hands. Good. On an exhale, let's lower the chin to the chest. And on the inhale, reach it on it and draw the heart up to the sky. Exhale, round. Drawing the navel back to the spine, shoulders round forward. Inhale, lift. Kiss the sky. Exhale, round. In. Coming back to a neutral spine, walk the hands and fingers forward, creasing at that hip joint so the back is flat and the heart and chest are reaching down towards the earth. If you have blocks here, bolsters here, could be nice to use them. Again, you see what I'm doing? I'm bringing the earth up to meet my body where it feels comfortable for it to be, right? And then close the eyes, and I want you to just sense and feel your body here. Where can you notice sensation? Where in your body are you feeling some stretch, some pull, maybe even some discomfort? Let it not take you to your edge of discomfort. If you are at your edge of discomfort, come up a ways, come off your edge. Breathe, sense and feel. And then curving the spine around, pull the belly back to the spine as we roll up, stacking the vertebrae as we come on up. Good. Reaching the hands behind us. Lean back into the hands. Lift the heart. Widen through the chest, stretching the pecs. Shoulders away from the ears. And gaze up as is appropriate for you. It may not be a full head back. Maybe that feels uncomfortable, unnerving, strange. Then just gaze up. And again, draw navel to spine, always protecting the core. Drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. And release the left hand down beside you. As you release that fingertips down, you feel a little extra stretch happening in the left side of the neck. Breathe. Sense and feel. And never be shy to do what feels right for you in every moment here, right? So if it feels good for you to drop out of that position of the head, do so. Inhale, lift on up, and exhale at the other side. And lift it on up, drop the head down, and just begin to sway side to side with the head. Down and over to the side on the inhale. And continue. Some people might like to take the head all the way around to the back. I am not one. I don't believe our head was designed to do that. My head doesn't like doing it. So I would not ask for somebody else to do it either. I like to teach from my own practice. And lower and roll the head up. Okay, good. Let's get on to all fours. We're going to do some cats and cows. Nice spine awakener for this morning. If you haven't done much movement yet for your day, this is a goodie to do every day. So knees hip distance apart. Wrists beneath the shoulders, fingers spread super wide. Flatten out a tabletop back. Keep a gentle engagement with the abdominals reaching up towards the belly, towards the spine. And inhale, reach for cow. Tailbone high in the sky, belly soft, shoulders back and away, gazing forward. Exhale, round like a cat. Inhale for cow. In every movement, exhale for cat is led by the breath. We don't do any movement in yoga without it being breath-led, breath focused. Let's do 2 more, flowing with your own pace of breath here, but keeping it slow is the invitation. Last one. Back to a tabletop. Leave the right hand where it is and take a big breath up to the left, touching the sky with those left fingers, stretching the left side of the torso, and exhale, threading it through in front of the thighs, behind the front arm, until the cheek or the temple or both can rest, and draw the right arm forward. Nice big side stretch. You can feel it all the way along the right side of the body, up through the shoulders, out through the arms and fingers. Come on back on up. Leave the left hand where it is. Breathe up the right arm. Touch the sky. Stretch it up. And exhale it through. Reach to the front of the mat with the left arm, unless this feels super uncomfortable for your neck, in which case, crawl the fingers of the left hand back a little bit, resting the forearm down. Does this feel better in your shoulder, in your neck? Modify. Find places of comfort and ease, even as we work in the body. Work with the body. Come on back up. Let's turn the right toes under, sending the right leg behind us. Just rock forward and back. Kind of playing with the weight, but what we're doing is we can feel is we're really starting to stretch out the back of the leg here. And then pop the right leg up in the sky. And notice what happens. So does some tension come into the body? Can we find a way to hold tension as well as comfort? A sense of ease. So ease isn't lazy, right? Can we draw the left arm alongside the left ear? And then let's point and flex that right foot and make circles with the ankle. And then flex it strongly and push the heel to the back of your mat and lower. Let's go on the left side. Left leg back, toes under, rocking forward and back. Notice where your wrists are. They're just a little bit in front of the shoulders when you're pushing far back, and a little bit forward of the shoulders when you're coming forward. But once you pop the leg up, hopefully you're kind of underneath the shoulders. Gives you a nice place of balance and stability. Widen through the upper back. And then draw the right arm alongside the right ear. Point and flex. Rotating the ankle. And the other way. Flex the foot, push the heel to the back of the knee. And low. Good. Let's open the knees wide, bringing the big toes together. And reach the hips back for Balasana, child's pose. Resting the forehead on the earth. On each exhale, perhaps you can feel like the booty, the hips, the buttocks are reaching down towards the heels. Again, place the arms where you're getting some nice stretch, particularly up here, but no pain, right? Challenge is always great. It's good for the body, very good for the body, very healthy. But pain, not so much. No. Good. Then come back onto all fours and come on up to stand in the knees. And you can draw the knees together. Okay. We want to inhale. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands behind the back and rest them in the lower back. Inhale, pull up through the front body, pelvic floor, belly and heart, and gaze up, lifting the heart to the sky. Breathe, holding in your lower back, supporting your lower back here. Pull up through the front of the thighs, up through the pelvic floor, and then sit back down if this is available to you. Release the arms and bring the head into the front of the knees, like rabbit. Good. And then let's turn the toes under and reach up for down dog. And pedal the legs and feet like a bicycle. Dropping down from one heel into the other. And then come up on the toes, bend the knees, send the tailbone super high into the sky. Press deeply away with the hands. Look forward, step, walk, or jump into the hands. Inhale, tabletop, flat back. Exhale, fold. Straight legs or bent legs is fine. Again, tabletop. Feel this big stretch coming up through the glutes. Exhale, fold. Last one, tabletop. And bend the legs. Take the right leg back, lower the right foot down, and come up for warrior one. So it's a nice big surrender in the left knee, as much as you can. Ideally, see that that knee is over the left ankle, which will keep the knee safe. It's not exact, doesn't have to be exact, but you'll feel it where it doesn't feel that it's right for you to have the knee over the ankle. And hips are straight forward. Drop the right hand down the back of the right thigh, sweeping the left arm up on the inhale, gazing up. Slight back bend here. And clasp the hands behind the back. Reach up again. Inhale, lifting up, widening through the heart and the chest, folding in, humble warrior. Drawing back up, engaging through the core. One more. Inhale, lift. Hands clasp. Inhale, lift. And exhale, humble warrior. Release the hands down each side of the front foot and take it back for down dog. Up on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, crouching tiger, hidden dragon. It has a name, I don't know what it is. And step, walk, jump into the hands, inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold, roll it up. Stacking the vertebra all the way up. Hands drop down, Samastitihi. Other side, inhale, reach. Exhale, float. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, bend the legs, take the left leg back. Coming on up for warrior one. Few breaths here. Notice where the position of your hips are. Are they facing forward to the front of your mat? Notice where's the knee and how does it feel here? Does it feel safe, appropriate? Notice how much tension are in your shoulders. Can you relax the shoulders? Good. Left hand goes down the back. Inhale, sweep it up through the right arm. Hands clasp. Lift it up, 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 and fold in, humble warrior. Bringing it back up. One more. Flowing this with your breath. Gently releasing the hands down and taking it back for down dog. Find a stillness here. Notice how this position feels for you. Does it feel like there's more work going on in the shoulders and the arms and the hands? Or maybe more work going on in the feet and the ankles and the legs? Can we find more harmony in that? More balance, more equanimity? So that there's as much work happening in one part of the body as another. That would then be your sweet spot for the position. Inhale, plank. This is a high plank. Keeping the hips up, not dropping them down, which stresses the lower back. Nice flat tabletop. Inhale, lift the belly. Take it back for down dog. Exhale, plank. Inhale, take it back for dog. Last one. Exhale, plank and hold. 3 breaths.
or one, and go down on the knees when it gets difficult. Lower the knees down. Keep the toes turned under and just pull the hips back. Lifting onto the tippy fingers here. Reaching the hips back towards the heels. Chest is lifted well off the earth. Forehead rests. Stretching underneath the feet. Good. Rock forward. Turn the toes under. Down dog. Walk the hands back towards the feet here. Straight legs. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. And roll it up. All the way up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, tabletop. Walk the hands forward. Down dog. Let's raise the right leg up into the sky behind us. Don't worry what the height of it is. Just get it up into the sky. And then open up the right thigh, open up the right hip, open up the right torso. And then bend that leg and let the foot trail to the left side of the body. You can feel it's opening the hip and it's stretching the psoas muscle. And then back up to the sky. And then hug it underneath. Bring it forward. Place it between the hands. Lower the back foot on the side so you can see. And then windmill the body up to find a warrior two position. Right? So be careful the shoulders aren't up here in tension. Relax them, soften them down, shake the head out. Breathe, smile, relax. Okay, warrior two. Nice deep surrender, same deal. Bent leg kind of over the ankle. Okay, it's not a rule, but it's good alignment. Seems to make good sense for most bodies. And the arms nicely stretched out. Gazing over the middle finger here. Can we find a stillness and a quiet? Inhale, straighten it up. And exhale, side bend to the back of the mat. Inhale it up. And exhale to the front of the mat. Now you've got options here. You can rest that front arm on the actual thigh. You could also have a block or a stack of books, and you could rest your hand onto the block, right? Or you could just place the arm in front of the leg. Up to you. Inhale it up. Exhale. Side bend to the back of the mat. Last one. Inhale it up. And exhale. Soft if you're resting that arm on your leg. Inhale it back up. Turn the feet parallel. Open the left foot out. Good. Gazing on the left hand now. Warrior two on the left side. One more breath. Find a stillness here. Inhale it up and exhale it back. Side bend. And now flow this with your breath for two more. Finishing up in that warrior two position. Windmill the arms down each side of the front foot. Take it back. Down dog. Let's inhale plank, high plank. And exhale, take it back for down dog. Inhale. Exhale, dog. Last one. And then perhaps we can hold for 3 breaths, perhaps not. Wherever you are, we'll all end up with our knees down on the ground, keeping the toes turned under. Reach the hips back. Take a pause here. Remain on the tippy tips of your fingers, lifting the shoulders back and away from the earth. We haven't fallen in through the shoulders and the chest. Good. And then push back up for down dog. And let's raise the left leg up into the sky. And then stacking the hips. So opening that left hip so it stacks on top of the right hip. And open the left thigh. And twisting the torso to the left. And letting the foot trail to the right side of the body. Lots of sensation here. Notice it. Sense it and feel it in your body. And take it up to the sky. And hug it under. Bring the foot forward. And now come up into the lunge. So we're on the ball of the back foot here. And the hands are resting in front of the heart, feeling the back of the thumbs touching the sternum. And we're going to take a twist here to the left. Inhale, lift all. And on the exhale, take a twist over to the bent knee side, leveraging the right elbow into the outer edge of the left knee, drawing the hands back in front of the heart as much as we can. Feel free to lower the right arm down, either onto a block or onto the earth, or stay where you are. And then everyone come back, hands on each side of the front foot, take it back. Down dog. Let's bring the right foot forward and through. Stay on the ball of the left foot. Bringing the hands into Samastitihi. Find a stillness, a quietness here. Inhale, big lift up. And exhale. Take the twist over to the right. Breathe. And hands can come down. The belly, take it back. Down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees down. Chaturanga Dandasana. If you can go away without knees down, that's fine. Otherwise, soften down on the earth. And stay here, resting the forehead on the earth. Hands beside the chest. Shoulders lifting away from the earth. Upper chest lifting away from the earth too. But forehead rests. We're going to do cobra. So we'll do 3 cobras here. Start with a little baby cobra, and then a little higher off the ground, and then a little higher off the ground. Okay? On the inhale, first breath, just lifting the head off the earth pretty much. Exhale, lower. Next one, coming up a little higher, lifting the upper chest. Exhale, lower. Next one, coming up a little higher still. Notice if you're feeling any discomfort in your lower back. If you are, you can widen the legs. That's one way to help. The other way to help is not to come up so high. The other way to help is to dig the feet into the earth, the top of the feet. Feel that happening. Exhale, lower. Now we're going to come to up dog, okay? So just like we have down dog, we're going to come into up dog. Inhale, take it slow. Push away into the earth, all the way until you can rest in your knees here. Now for some people, this is enough. And then from here, they're going to push back to a version of Balasana. For other people, for whom they can go further, from here, lift the knees off the earth. Heart comes forward, up dog. And then lift the belly and take it back for down dog. For those of you who were in a version of Balasana on the floor, press up into a down dog. So we all line up in the same place. Good. And then walk the feet into the hands, straight legs, and straight arms, if we can. Good. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, lower and bend the knees. Really bend them. And offer a little sway side to side. Let the hips be soft. Keep your feet grounded. Keep your knees facing forward. But let the rest of the body just sway a little bit. And roll on up. All the way up. And drop the hands down. All right, we're going to do warrior 3, okay? We've done warrior 1, warrior 2, and let's do warrior 3. Many choices, right? Many options, warrior 3. One leg is grounded, rooted on the earth, at least the foot is. That would be the standing leg. The other leg is up behind you. If you want, you can place a chair. So you've got the back of the chair that you could use as a prop, something to hold on to as you work through the posture. If you're like where I am outside, I have a railing on my deck, so I could have that to utilize. Take your time, be mindful, be loving kindness to yourself, you know, and your body. Use whatever's around and just give it a try, okay? So I'm going to begin with using the right leg as a standing leg. So I'm encouraging you to do the same. And I'm going to be very close to the balustrade in case I need it, you know. Maybe today is a great balancing day, but maybe it's not also. Some days it's different than other days. Just like some thoughts are different than other thoughts, right? Same thing with the body. All right, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, bend the legs. Left leg goes back. Shift the weight all the way onto the right leg until you can raise the left leg up. Tabletop your back, flat back. Maybe bring the arms out to the side. Bend both legs. Let feet come to land. Good job. Other side. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, bend the legs. Right leg goes back. And shift the weight. Raising the right leg up, pushing the right heel to the back of the mat, lengthening that right leg. Bending both legs, letting the feet come to land. Inhale it up. Exhale, soften it down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, bring the feet together and bend the legs. And make sure that the inside of the big toe kind of knuckle is touching together. And the inside of the ankle bone is touching. And then sit back down like a chair. This is called chair, Utkatasana. So the booty's kind of out here. The weight is in the back of the heels, right? So much so that you could stay here with your toes lifted off the earth. So arms are up here. That's a little challenging. If it feels more appropriate, put the hands here. The back is not forward, right? The back is lifted. But it's not completely straight up because we've got the booty way out to the back of us. Good. Breathe. Now, if you'd like to try eagle, raise the left arm up, wrap the right arm underneath it, and then let the palms come to touch. Lifting up the elbows and then drape them softly down the back. Switch the weight onto your left leg. Wrapping the right leg around the left leg, maybe tucking it behind. Sitting back down. Hands can be here too. Really doesn't matter. And release, fold forward. Shake the hips from side to side. Relax. Good, bend the legs. Bring the feet in together again. Sit back down. Utkatasana, chair. Arms could be up. Arms could be here. 3 breaths. It's challenging. So maybe you do 1 breath. Maybe you bring the arms down. It's all up to you. Right arm up. Left wraps under. Around. Palms touch. Elbows lift. Shoulders soften down the back. And we wrap. Left over right. And release. Fold forward. And roll up. Let's finish up here with the standing postures with tree. I love tree. So tree is balance, obviously. We're standing on 1 leg. That's the trunk of the tree, right? And then we place the foot either into the thigh, into the calf, maybe even just resting on the top of that foot, or even standing on the ball of the right foot, just touching the left foot. Okay? Hands can begin here. And then imagine that the hands, the arms are like branches of a tree. So we can raise them up. We can create a lotus flower for our heart to open. We can take them out to the sides. We can do goddess arms or cactus arms. We can come into reverse namaste in the back. Many things we can do. We can lift 1 arm up, reach over to the side, other side. Ultimately, whatever we're doing, we're a tree. So we're rooted and grounded and solid, but flexible, right? So spread the toes and imagine your feet wide, 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 like an elephant foot. Squeezing and pinching to hold onto the carpet or the rug or whatever beneath you is not going to help. It does the reverse. You want to flatten and widen your foot across the surface. And then just pick up your foot and decide where you want to put it. It really doesn't matter where it goes. Feel yourself rooted and grounded like a tree. Imagine roots growing from under your feet. Feel yourself lifting tall out of the hips, through the belly, through the heart, and up into the sky to reach for the light, the sun. That's how a plant thrives. Roots, sun, light. Perhaps just for fun, try and close the eyes slowly. See what happens. Notice. And shake it out and release. Good job. It's interesting what happens, right? It's all in here, though. Perhaps you figured that out. Because there you were, standing on your 1 leg, no problem, right? Let's say, if it was no problem, you were there. And then I said, close the eyes. And then you the eyes and perhaps you immediately fell out. And what can that tell you? What information does this beautiful practice of yoga tell us about our body and about our mind? That little moment there could have told you, that was a thought. I thought to myself, oh, I'm going to fall. And what did you do? Maybe you fell, right? Fell out of the posture. Meantime, you'd been standing there for like 6 breaths. No problem. Interesting. Yeah. Let's try the other side, guys. And one side often is very different than the other. Go with it. Smile. Loving kindness. And when you're ready, gently release and shake it out. All right, let's get down on the mat, you guys. Just want to do a couple of forward bends, side bends, and then we'll do an inversion and a twist, and then we'll be done. Have a drink of water if you have some water close by. So we're coming to do Dandasana, forward seated. So we want to find our sits bones. Gosh, so many mosquitoes, but at the same time, so many butterflies all around me. It's beautiful out here. So we want to pull the flesh back and away behind us, those of us who have some flesh, right? And we want to pull the flesh also to the side because we want to establish our sitting on our sits bones, okay? And then legs out in front of us. And we want to keep the feet flexed. And if you just try it, if you just let the feet like flop and hang there, and then you flex the feet and you push your heels far to the front of you, and you pull the toes towards you, can you feel that your legs are super engaged? They're working. Okay, so we want to keep that as we go into our forward bends or our side bends here. So we're going to inhale, reach it up. Imagine you could levitate off the earth. Like you could actually lift your seat off the earth. Have that sense in the upper body and in the hips. And then with a flat back, begin to fold over and out. You notice I didn't say down. And that's because we're not looking to bring the head down and round the shoulders. We are looking for more of a flat back here. So you may not come very far. And that's perfectly okay. But you can feel a whole lot of work going up in glutes. Drawing the belly back towards the spine gives the belly space to come forward. And by doing this with a flat back, we're countering the constant rounded shoulders and rounded upper back that as a society, we're becoming more and more rounded and hunched. And the younger generation growing up now, chiropractors are concerned and osteo people are concerned that the whole way the spine grows is going to be affected by all this forward motion with our devices. So it's very real. So yoga is one great practice with many different exercises and postures and poses to help us counterbalance that. The other thing is to just carve out time to be on your devices and be disciplined. So she is, if she could
Easier said than done, but it's a good intention to be mindful, to be conscious of when we're using them. Let's take it up. Good, and let's open the legs a little wider. Now we only want to have the legs as wide as we can still keep a nice tall back. The moment the back